Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Daksina and today I'm going to film a flip of my completed B6 Stalogy for you guys. So I have been using this since this notebook since January, so it's got 4 completed months in here and I have used up every single page in here. So I have been asked loads of times what cover this is. So it's actually gifted to me by Monique from Arisen You. So I did ask her the other day and she said to me it's a Foxy Fix Perfect Fit cover in latte. So I'm going to just take this notebook, I think, out of there because that just makes it a bit easier. And I'll take the jelly cover off it as well. Okay, so I did ask on Instagram if you guys had any questions while I'm flipping that I can answer, so that's what I will go through. I did want to mention the spine. I've never had like a Stalogy. This is my 3rd notebook, and you can see like this, the spine kind of bends over there, but I've never had it tear or rip or, you know, ever show any signs of like falling apart. And my previous Stalogy is just as thick as this, and yeah, so okay. So the first question I had was, how do I store my past Stalogies once they're filled up? So I basically just have a bookshelf with my old planners and things in there, like old TN inserts and stuff. So yeah, I just keep it on the bookshelf, and I am taking, as I flip, I am going to be removing like charms and clips and bookmarks and tabs and things that I don't want to keep in here, because this, yeah, is going on the shelf today. This was my word of the year. So I do, like, one question I did get asked quite a lot was, where do I find acetate and vellum to tip into my planner? So unfortunately, like, a lot of the vellum and acetate like this that I have in my planner are from a shop that is no longer open anymore. I have ordered from a few UK shops recently, so as soon as they arrive I will, you know, just check the quality, and if I'm happy to share them, then I definitely will share the names with you guys, either in my next video and over on Instagram. But I know that the Style Planner does sell some foiled acetate and vellum. Not all the time, so you just have to kind of keep an eye on her shop, really. But yeah, I print a lot of my own acetate and vellum that are not foiled. But the foiled ones, yeah, the shop that I bought from is no longer open, unfortunately. Somebody else asked, how do you use your tabs and where are they from? So I have, majority of my tabs are either from Avery, these ones, or these tab tapes, which are from Lauren Phelps Designs. So the Avery ones I bought from Amazon in USA because they don't sell them in the UK. And the tab tapes to Lauren Phelps Designs, I will leave a link to her shop below. She has like lots of different styles, and they come perforated as well, which is really easy to use and stick them on. And the only other tabs I use would be like for my monthlies here, like you can see there. They are from the Style Planner as well. So I've just clipped together some private notes here, and this as well, like I sometimes will write letters to my kids in my planner, so I've just covered that up there. Next question was, do you have to spend a lot of money to have a cute planner? I definitely don't think so. For example, this that I've like been complimented on so much on Instagram and been asked where people can buy this is literally just packaging that I got when my husband bought flowers for me. So I would just say, save everything that you get that you think is rubbish or looks like junk, because you just can reuse a lot of things. like in one of my previous videos, I showed that when I buy clear acetate to print on, it comes with like really thin paper on the back of it, so that you know, just to separate the sheets of acetate. And that is this paper that, you know, this normally, which somebody might just put in the bin, I've printed on it, and it actually looks really, really nice. It's got that kind of crinkly sound. It's very, very thin, but it's beautiful to print on. So I would say no, it doesn't spend, you know, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money to have a cute planner. Even this was just like a packet of stickers that someone gifted me, but you know, they're relatively inexpensive, and I just put it on a piece of plain vellum myself and tipped that in. So yeah, it definitely does not have to cost a lot. Use what you can, and maybe buy like a few key pieces, you know, like you can maybe have 1 or 2 pieces of acetate that are like foiled and really nice in your planner, and the rest of it you can use like watercolors or post-it notes, just so many different ways. There are lots of, you know, artistic people out there that can show you like bullet journal style how to jazz up your planner without it costing lots of money. Do you use weeklies? I don't generally, because I find that my monthly and my dailies are enough for me. I have this weekly insert in here, but that's just like a summary of our day, so it's not really for any planning at all. When I sit down to plan, I do put like all the date headers on for the week. So if things come up, I can, you know, put them on the page. The week is already set up for me. And if it's something for the following week, then it would just go on my monthly, basically. I don't, you know, I don't really use weeklies. I have used a weekly, which I will show you guys when I come to that. Do you keep work stuff in a separate notebook? Yes and no. I work in child protection, so a lot of the stuff that I need for work I can't actually keep on paper at home because of like data protection laws and things like that. So I have like a work section at the back where I just keep like a running to-do list of emails I need to send, or like sometimes because I do lots of like training and presentations for people as well, so I have like notes about attendees and venues and things like that in the back, but I don't actually keep any sensitive information on paper. It all just goes straight onto a like Google Drive online, so I don't actually have a separate notebook planner for work, but I do have a separate like place online for it. Next question, how do you stay with your planner until the end when it gets too chunky to lay down flat? I guess I'm just kind of used to it. Like, it doesn't really get too bad until I would say like probably the last 2, maybe 3 weeks of the month. And it is quite awkward to like write around the corner and things like that, but either you have to just kind of, you know, give up that space, or you can kind of prop this up a little bit and use it. But you can see like I've just left, you know, blank space there. But yeah, it does get, in the last couple of weeks I would say it definitely gets a little bit too chunky, and it doesn't bother me so much because the more chunk the better for me, but I can imagine that for some people it's quite difficult to write on. How do you insert extra pages? So I either just glue them down, like my monthlies, I will just glue them down, or I just use like clear tape to tip them in. I have got a separate video showing exactly how I do that step by step, so I will link that below. What is the best way to start a bullet journal? I do get asked this question quite a lot, but I don't really know what the right answer is, other than to just say, just start. Like, make a list, write down like your plans for that day. Yeah, I don't really struggle with like blank page syndrome or like starting a new planner kind of thing. So I don't really know. Maybe if other people who are watching this have ideas, you can share them in the comments below. Yeah, my advice would be to just make a list of something, anything, you know, like movies you want to watch, books you want to read, your favorite songs. Don't, maybe if you know the planning aspect of it is too difficult for you, then just, I would say, start with lists. Oopsie. Would you ever consider buying a Hobonichi? I definitely have considered a Hobonichi, just for the paper. Like, I love Tomoe River paper, and that's what I print like all my monthlies on and things like that. So I have considered it, but I love the B6 size. I don't like all the writing stuff at the bottom. Like, part of the attraction to the Stalogy for me is that it really is just, you know, blank page. They've got very faint like months and dates up there, but to be honest, I don't even see that anymore. Whereas with the Hobonichi, I do feel like it's a little bit overpowering on the page. So if they made like a completely blank notebook in B6 size, then I definitely would consider switching, just because I like the paper better. Are you looking forward to going into your new Stalogy? I am. It's always a little bit like bittersweet for me, because you know, that this is like full of memories and notes and just my life, and it's sad to put like put this on the shelf. But yeah, I'm always excited to start a new planner, and I think that's kind of why I spend, you know, a little bit of time really intentionally setting it up to make it pretty and make it fun, so that it makes me kind of motivated and encouraged to use it and not feel too sad about putting this one on the shelf. If you don't think you will add a lot to the B6, would a B6 slim cover fit better? I'm not really sure, to be honest, because I've never really used B6 slim size. I don't know how much slimmer it is. So if you were to put it in the Malden, for example, I'm not sure if it would be too slim, because the normal B6, you can see, does fit quite perfectly, and actually once it gets chunky, it no longer fits. So if you're not planning on having a very chunky notebook, then I would say the B6 is probably better for the Malden than B6 Slim. But again, I haven't really used B6 Slim, so I wouldn't be able to comment. Maybe if somebody else has, you can leave a comment below. Do you ever get the itch to switch? No. I've been using this like a Stalogy since November of 2018, and I think over the definitely last year and even using it this year, my style has kind of evolved and changed, and I've really found, you know, a style that fits me. I've got, you know, my setup kind of perfected, what I need. So yeah, I don't really get the itch to switch. I do get the urge to like change covers. That's why I'll kind of switch between my Moterm and my Malden and things like that. And that's more just like because I like the pocket configurations a bit better, and change of colour and things like that. But the notebook size and planner itself, no, I definitely don't ever feel like, oh, I wish I could, you know, I mean, when I look at my planners, like either previous videos or pictures or even just sitting on the shelf, like I do miss them, like especially my pocket rings, my pocket Malden. I definitely miss that planner a lot, but I just know that that size for me right now is not going to work. This size is really perfect, and I'm able to have everything in here, and at the end of the year, you know, this has got everything. So if I want to know in March what we were doing, it's in here. If I want to know what work meetings I had, it's in here. If I want to know what we were doing in our homeschool, it's in here. So just that, you know, like even memories and just so much stuff is all in one place, and it's going to be so much, like so easy to find and reference in the future if I need to. That is just like a huge impetus for me to continue using a notebook planner. I do have all my old ring inserts as well, but I'll be honest, I hardly ever look through them, and I can never really find what I'm looking for, because I have like all my dailies in one section and I have my notes in one section, and then it's just, I don't really know when the notes were taken because I haven't dated them. This is all like, I know everything that happens between here and here, you know, for example, is March 2020. So yeah, no, I don't really get the itch to switch. I do obviously, like, I look at other people's planners and I feel like, oh, you know, they're making really good use of whichever planners they're using, and I love looking at everybody else's planners and when they're switching and things like that. But yeah, I would say like pocket rings and standard TN I miss using the most, but it's not something, like I don't miss it enough to go back to it, basically. So I think those are kind of like the main questions on my Instagram. There were a few more, but I think I don't want to repeat myself. They are things that I've addressed previously, so I won't repeat those. So Ellie from Ellie's Corner 2019 had tagged me a few months ago on a planner tag. It was called like Who's Behind the Hands. So I will just go through some of the questions that she had asked on there. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I think if you've been watching my videos for a while, then you kind of already know. I'm a homeschooling mom of 2 girls. I also work in child protection. My husband is a fireman with the London Fire Brigade. What else? I love drinking chai. I love traveling, but I also love staying at home in my PJs. Yeah. How did you come across the online planner community? I think I just found like a picture of a Filofax with like these beautiful colored paper on Pinterest some years, like quite a few years ago, and yeah, I just went on YouTube and then discovered like videos. I think Ali Brown was definitely one of the first people I came across, and then I discovered Instagram and a whole community there. So yeah, I don't really remember more than that, to be honest. My current everyday carry is B6 Stalogy. What is your favorite type of pen? I love all sorts of pens, like it really depends on my mood, and I have done, like, I just filmed a what's my favorite pen video, so I'll leave a link to that below, but I don't really have a single favorite pen. I mean, I guess this one would come closest. It's a Jetstream Uni 0.3, and I'm not sure if this is, I think this might be a hybrid. I'm not sure if it's a gel or ballpoint, whatever, but it writes very, very thin. So that's the next question. What's your most used pen? So I would say it's definitely that one. What are your favorite planner accessories? I would say right now this year it's definitely been tabs. So I think I didn't answer what I use my tabs for, which seems to be like quite a question that I've been getting a lot recently. So I will tab all the main things, so like you know, my monthlies, homeschool things. Then I'll have like these ones that kind of can come off and float. So they are, I've got projects. What else have I got here? Homeschool notes that I want to, you know, reference. I don't really like, they all are things that I want to go back to. So either I'm reading a book and I'm in the middle of taking notes, and so I will generally try to use the same color tab for that book, so I can go back and, like, when I look at this, I know that all the kind of mint colored tabs are from the same book. But yeah, otherwise it's just to-do lists. Like if somebody has, you know, asked for a certain YouTube video and I've got a YouTube page, then I'll just keep a tab on that, so that I, you know, when I'm filming, I know that what you got, you know, I know what you guys have requested. So yeah, it's just a variety of things, to be honest. And the tab tapes, like I said, will stay on. These tabs, once I have like processed these pages into my new Malden, my new Stalogy, I will take these tabs off here. But yeah, like this is notes from a book. Yeah, that's kind of what I tab, to be honest, like notes. I don't have any tabs on my daily pages or my weekly stuff. Yeah. So that's what I tab. So my favorite accessories would definitely be tabs, and I would say sticky notes. Like I love using sticky notes. Yeah. Okay. What have been your biggest challenges when it comes to planning? Oh, I don't know, to be honest. I can't really think of any challenges. What do you do when you're in a planner funk? I don't think I've really been in a planner funk either. I might not always feel like as creative, and so I will just, you know, like I think definitely at like the beginning of the year I was just not wanting to use tons of stickers and things like that, so I was just using like a little bit of washi and then just writing a list. I think we'd had like, you know, a really busy kind of crazy December, and I didn't really feel like decorating my planner, but I definitely still needed a planner and I wanted to use it. So I don't know if that counts as a planner funk, but I would say just keep it, like I keep it simple. I just, you know, write lists of things that I need to get done. What do my loved ones think of my planning hobby? Well, they all kind of know about it, and yeah, they're kind of supportive, I guess. Like my family all follow me on Instagram, my sisters, and my husband and kids know that I love planning, and they kind of tease me about it a little bit sometimes, but yeah, they accept it. It's a hobby. If you have taken any personality tests, what are your results? I have done an Enneagram one, I think, and I am an 8, I think, but I haven't really I haven't really looked into it so much that I know exactly what it is, but I would say from what I've read so far, it's pretty close to what I am. At the time that these questions are written, many of us are practicing social distancing. In light of that, what shows and movies would you recommend? Ooh. God, I'm not sure if I'm the best person to ask about shows, to be honest. Sorry. So that's kind of like the end of my Stalogy now, and the rest of it was all like pen testing and random notes. So I'll flick through some of them while I just finish off this question. Yeah, I kind of like really gritty movies and shows, because I work obviously in child protection. That's like, I love watching documentaries about my work, or like murderers and crime, like true crime. Even like shows that I watch will be like law stuff, or like legal dramas, or I love Grey's Anatomy. But yeah, other than that, I would say the majority of it is all pretty like crime based. I'm definitely fascinated by how people's minds work. So I should have probably thought of that before I came on here, but maybe I'll leave a few in the comments, in the description box below. Yeah, so that's it, guys. This is just like a page where I kept like stickers that I was receiving from Happy Mail that ended up looking really pretty. Just some notes, passwords, work stuff, like I said. I have meal ideas, grocery list, fitness section, birthdays, and home projects. So yeah, that is the end of my Stalogy book number 3. I do date them all and put like, so this is 2020 book 1, so that obviously when I need to reference I know exactly what year, because me and Donna Blush and Blue on Instagram were just talking about this, how we, you know, are very diligent about dating things in our planner but not necessarily the year. So I might not know, although I do have this one in there, but if I didn't have this I would have no clue what year this belonged to. So yeah, I hope that was fun for you guys to look through. That is my full Stalogy. I am going to now go ahead and just process all these pages that are tabbed and then remove these Avery tabs and move them, well, use them as I need in my new Stalogy, which I have set up. I will just do a quick flip for you guys in case you haven't seen my other video where I showed a setup of it. So that's my word of the year again, pictures. I have the same yearly in here from Little Ida's notebook. My monthly, my memory keeping monthly. I did stick my evening routine in here. So this is a hand lettered custom from A Paperella Story. Gratitude. I need to, some of the stuff that I need to get done like will be transferred here into my May monthly. I still haven't done my homeschool pages, guys, slacking, but I'm going to do that now because I have a few minutes. Pages for my husband and kids, and then here is Monday. So this is how I set up my planner. I have the week set up, and so if anything comes up on either of, you know, any of these days, I can write it directly on there, or I can put a sticky note and put it on there. And any notes I want to take will just go onto the next page. And if they are things I want to reference back, like recipes or just things I need to get done, they will get a tab on them. If they are just notes, I will put a like tab tape on them so that I know there are notes there, but it doesn't have an Avery tab, so I know it's not something I need to go back to and finish or reference or anything like that. So that kind of helps me go back to my notes. Like, you know, I know wherever there's a tab tape, I know that that's a note there. There you go. But I was just writing like this month what I want to do more of and less of. So it's not something I need to reference back on a daily basis, really. So therefore it got a tab tape. These things are homeschool curriculum. I did want to put you know, a bigger tab on there because this is stuff that I want to make sure I'm using throughout the year, all my curriculum that I've collected. And then yeah, so that's what I will do. Just take notes, and if there are no notes, that's fine. I will just start the next week on the page. So that is how I do it. I have got my pre-planning calendar in the back from Paper and Cats, so anything that comes up for future months goes in here. So yeah, that is it, guys. Out with the old and in with the new. So let me know in the comments below if you guys are also changing planners, if you started a new notebook, or if you're just changing because you feel like a change. Let me know what planner you guys are in. And once again, thank you so much, guys. I honestly appreciate all the love that you guys show me. Yeah, thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.